If you're about to turn away thinking, "You'll never get me on one of them things," firstly, it's those things. And secondly, you'll be missing out on one of the truly surprising and delightful experiences of mechanized riding on two wheels. Last time I looked in Norm's garage, there was a BMW ADV bike, a Kawasaki Concours, and a Honda CB500X. All gone now, replaced by these two beauties. Like most riders, I like big wheels, a delicious exhaust sound and a good turn of speed, and the naked elegance of big machines. But I'm not so infected with the kind of toxic masculinity that pervades so much of motorcycling that I can't appreciate other forms of two-wheeled expression. Well, here we go. Okay. I'm not going to bore you with details like disc and wheel sizes, horsepower, or a host of technical details you can better look up for yourself. This is going to be about real-world riding impressions, exploring the nature of scooter riding and the differences and similarities between the two Burgmans. I'd only ever ridden a 400 Burgman around the block before, and hadn't really had a chance to get used to it. The first thing I notice here is that it's very light and maneuverable, immediately responding to any body language you throw at it. It's also surprisingly smooth and quiet. I deliberately left my earplugs out, but I can barely feel or hear the engine. There's very little vibration, and as I accelerate, the power is smooth and seamless. I have to remember to put my feet down. At this point I accelerated to, well, let's just say I may have accidentally exceeded the speed limit for this road, and the 400 got there quickly and smoothly. Although the tach was displaying numbers that I don't think I've ever seen on any of my own bikes, it felt unstressed. I've no doubt the Burgman 400 is perfectly capable of running at major highway speeds. I'm amazed at how smooth and comfortable it is.
Single cylinder? Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, it's a small bike, but it goes.
Yeah.
We need some gas when we get up to Westport.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's great. I'm just going to do a sort of walk around.
Fine.
But you don't have to get out of the picture.
Yeah. Are you going to take this one next to it?
Sure.
Yeah, she looks good on the road.
It feels really good.
Yeah.
It.
Now that one's going to feel almost ponderous for 5 minutes, and then you get...
Yeah, I've forgotten how much I enjoy scooters. I really do. I'll get my other camera out.
Yeah.
So 2004. Yeah, it zips along really well. Oh, I've left a mark on your windscreen, Norm.
Oh my God.
Yeah. A little late for you. Yeah, surprisingly little difference between them physically.
Yes, they look, separately you say they look identical, but side by each you see a little difference in size.
Yeah, apparently the wheelbase is about the same.
Yes, I know, I fit on the trailer, almost identical.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we're going to inspect the Burgman.
Yeah.
The 650 rather. Now this is sort of, I love the black, it's a stealth,
that's nice. Yeah.
Stealth colour.
Yeah.
Did you notice the absence of wave from that bike rider?
No, I didn't.
It cut us dead. Because I deliberately waved. I thought, you prat.
I'll get over it.
Yeah.
So at this point, Norm and I swapped bikes. I've had a 650 Burgman before, so getting on the big Burgman felt very familiar. There's no doubt it's a heavier machine than the 400, but with a low centre of gravity and the extra size, it feels planted and stable.
Oh, it's a lovely looking bike.
Switching to the 650, I was surprised that the sound was almost identical to the 400. Despite the twin cylinders and the extra power, Suzuki had done a wonderful job of muffling the sound and eliminating vibration. Both bikes are almost turbine smooth, and there's no real engine noise unless you really open them up.
Here comes Norm. That is some serious power. Here comes Norm. Beautiful.
If there's one area where I think Suzuki made a mistake, it's in fuel capacity. Both bikes have decent fuel economy, but the 650 Burgman's 15-litre tank is just too small. They could have left slightly less space under the seat to give 2 or 3 litres more capacity and thereby better range. On my trip across Labrador, I had to carry extra fuel. Ugly, but effective. There's no doubt that in its highest position the screen on the executive provides great protection from wind noise, and a greater mass of the bike provides a smoother ride. But make no mistake, the 400 can hustle along, has a lower seat height and is easier to fling around. Either bike has the power for the highway, but the 650 is the better tool for extended trips. But if you don't need the acceleration and top speed power of the 650, the 400 gets the job done. I find it sad that motorcycling is so tribal, that many bike riders won't even acknowledge people on scooters and wouldn't sully themselves by riding one. I was snubbed by these prats in the hull of the ferry across to Newfoundland because I was riding a scooter. At least, I assume that was the reason. Their loss. They'll never know the delight to be found there. Perhaps they just don't have the balls.
Just to show how fast this accelerates.